That seems familiar. Seemed familiar. Let's see. Says the guy that can't remember 2 days ago. Like, he's like, oh yeah, I know which one is 240. This is in the relationships category. Who is the most competitive person you know? And why do you think that? Okay. I'll throw that into chat. Alright. And then, while you ruminate upon that fine question, would anybody like a third hero point and a third hero card draw by answering the question? What happened?
By doing the recap.
Oh yeah, thank you. It's been such a long day. By doing the recap. I'm trying to take less ADHD meds throughout the day because apparently it does let me sleep better at night. But it's been making like the evening job a lot harder because I burn through all my drugs before, we get to game time. So, and I know you guys hate unmedicated crash sessions. They're always insane. So I don't want to do that to you guys on a regular basis. All right, we got 18 from Vetch going once, going twice. Okay. Where'd Vetch go? The small. Oh, there he is. All right, Vetch. What happened last week?
Last week on Skyhaven, we opened with a choice. Do we go to investigate the Air Genie pirate ship that was practicing combat in a giant maelstrom? Or do we carry on our way and try to continue to evade the notice of Taranathis and those who might be pursuing us? After some discourse, we decided to give it a miss. And as a matter of fact, we kind of did that with a number of things along our way. As we went through different hexes, we kind of charted the area out, but didn't stop for too long in any one place. That is until we finally reached the island where we knew that Cloudhoof's hot mom was now residing. We entered the airspace where we were met by harpies who seemed almost had their guardian creature called on us to destroy our ship, thanks to some less than tactful negotiating, but we eventually got through it, and we found ourselves now in the society that it's hard to describe, but we found Cloudhoof's mom, and we have come to understand that this island is run by what we know as the Echoes, which are a coven of Minotaur hags, I think, and we're trying to essentially make allies of this settlement, so we're going to have to talk to them and hopefully curry their favor, and that's kind of where we're at. I think we're gearing up for some negotiations.
Hell yeah. Okay. Alright, go ahead and take your third hero point, your third hero card draw. And, yes. Would anybody like to answer the Factspiration question to get a D3? And then ask the same question of any willing PC or any NPC they met during this adventure.
Strong roll.
All right.
I'm going to be competitive.
Got a 3.
I don't have a good answer for this.
I feel like everyone's afraid to even roll on these anymore because they don't want to see Isaac waste his only good roll.
I did it.
You just had to go.
I did it.
You just had to go.
I wanted to wait as long as I could.
Before you just
I'm
drive
still
by, smack me.
Still waiting for that curling mod to come out. The curling mod. It's where if your die knocks another die over, they have to use the new result. So. Oh, I guess the captain is in town. All right.
I was honestly rolling just to see if I could roll better than Isaac so that we could take back the statement that you just said so that maybe he can roll better later in the session.
It still won't happen.
Damn.
Just still ask Violet the question afterwards.
To keep the tradition going. I got you. All right. In that case, Captain Jade, answer the question. Who do you think was the most competitive person you know? Why do you think that?
So Jade thinks that she's the most competitive person that she knows
Really?
because, yeah,
Okay.
she secretly hates to lose, but she also equally hates to be embarrassed in front of other people. And part of that embarrassment is like drawing attention to herself when it's unnecessary. So if she loses, she doesn't want people to like, she has a mini I can't believe I lost situation like meltdown. She doesn't want people to see that either. So it's kind of like a warring, do I make it look like I'm losing with grace and I'm a graceful loser, or but she's secretly very, very competitive. She just also doesn't like drawing a ton of attention to herself.
Wait, now this was supposed to be about your character.
I mean, it was.
All right, I'll see you guys next time. I'm gonna go cry in my bed now.
Oh. Art
Wow.
imitates life.
Oh man.
No, I'm a
thought-
super sore loser in real life. I don't care if anybody knows that I'm pissed off that I lost.
I mean, I'm not gonna contribute to this conversation because I'm a neutral party here. But yeah, okay. I do agree with you now. Heard your rationale. You may ask the same question of any willing PC or any NPC you've met during your adventure.
Bubbles.
Hell yeah.
All right, who does Bubbles think the most competitive person he knows is?
No, you have to turn on your camera and sign the answer.
Oh, geez. Listen, it's gonna take a hot minute. Who does Bubbles think the most competitive person he knows? He doesn't know a lot of people. I guess he just knows you guys and the crew.
What about the guy that's been rizzing up his ladies?
He doesn't want to acknowledge that he's competition. Okay, I know what it is. He feels that Seraphim is actually the most competitive person he knows. Because she... Man, he looks left and he looks right as he answers this question to the interviewer. He thinks that her competitive spirit is because of a deep insecurity. Where she feels like she always has to outperform everyone else and have the last word and be right, or it means she's trash, she's garbage. So she's just standard gifted kid from the 90s, nothing very special going on there. But yeah, that's her situation. She's competitive really with herself, you know what I'm saying?
After that.
Yeah. Fortunately, that's none of us, so that's good. Right? All right. Anyways, okay. So yeah, the good answers. Let's see. I'm just trying to grab this map of a decent size. The one I grabbed is it's like a sample size map, but I can't support every map maker on the planet, so I had to scale up the map. I left a watermark on though.
I can't believe you've done this.
Listen, hashtag not sponsored. With FA Nexus, one of the greatest mods ever released for Foundry, I could just build maps inside Foundry with incarnate tools. It's absolutely insane. It's actually better than incarnate.
Jeez.
Yeah. Like it's that fucking good. It's that fucking
Hashtag
good.
was sponsored.
Yeah.
It's free, you say? Is that what you're saying?
No, FA Nexus is like $10.
Oh, yeah. Oh, never mind.
Yeah, only the real ones understand. That.
You heard
it's
it
worth
here first. If you use Crash's credit card number at checkout, it's 100% free.
No, don't tell them that. I worry all the time that what little monies I have, someone will be smart enough to hacks it away from me.
They steal it and they're buying a mod.
Yeah.
Like,
That's what they're gonna do with it. A $10 a month mod. All right. I
yeah.
have the map. I have the map ready. I didn't know if you guys would stick around here or not. I was hesitant to like fully prep this island. I was like, theater of the mind. They could carry us through 99% of this campaign. It'll be fun. One thing I would like to build is I want to have a map that you guys can go to that I can start putting all these people. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that they're not all just cluttering up the main dashboard. Like, just a place. You know, like
is there a way? Is there a way
holding
where if you make that map, you can make it to where we're able to like move them around on it, so we could like sort them if we're like having a talk?
I think you have to have control to sort them, unfortunately.
Okay, I didn't know if there was a way
Yeah.
to just give control for like a specific scene.
Yeah, that'd be a cool one too. All right, so let's see. Helper bot, poop out the buffs. There we go. All right. You have 3 fanspirations, and the market price has dropped due to these hard times that are affecting the greatest nation in the world. It also has affected our fanspo economy. So that's good, I guess. Watching Twitch is free. Get those channel points. Do you guys want to draw a card from the deck or no?
It might be a good idea. Look, we have a 1 in 6 chance to get charisma. That would be pretty useful.
Yeah, it's true.
Or, I mean, big spender.
Or if it goes south.
You spend all 3, you get to draw 3 cards. Each of you gets to pick which one you get buffed by, and then you get to pick one of the 3 to put back in the deck to be drawn again later.
I think we're much more frugal than that.
Yeah, that sounds like a lot.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
I need to catch one of your streams so that I can cash in all my channel points.
Yeah. I mean, I got one on Saturday morning. I'm gonna be doing one on Saturday morning, so just pop in real quick. It's non-spoiler stuff on Saturday mornings. It's just
Okay.
random Foundry crap mostly. So okay. I have applied the buffs. We're not drawing any cards. Let me change out the music. Let's see. Got this little music channel on Discord now to keep track of stuff. Here we go. Pokey Village. I mean Karthalon Village. Original music. Yes. All right. Okay. So you guys are in Karthalon. Oh, I gotta get you. I guess Puck is on your ship. He didn't get to. He didn't join your B team though. I guess he could just follow you guys around, do whatever the fuck he wants. So.
I didn't even realize he left the island.
No,
said he
he
would.
told us for a while that he wanted to come with us.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
like,
I don't think it was-
I
I
don't think
it was-
pulled the trigger on it.
I don't know if it was formally announced, but he definitely stowed away on the very small ship.
Okay, see, that makes a lot more sense.
All right, so we got the kiddos playing. I'll put them over here somewhere. Kiddos are playing. She's not even here. This is why I need to put everybody on a different fucking map. It's getting too crowded. All right.
Whether we wanted him there or not, they joined.
I like that in video games when they're like, so and so joins your party without asking. It's like, oh, dang. I mean, it's how every game is for the most part. Like, you don't really get to choose, but I really like it when they point out to you that this particular character would have joined even if you did have a choice. All right, let's see. Yeah. So we left off with you talking to Joe Mama. So that's good. And let's see. what do we do from there? You just hanging out with your mom, or are you gonna explore the town a little bit more, or are you gonna participate in this dinner? Are you trying to get an audience with the
Well,
echoes ahead of the dinner? Like, what's the play?
we were on the guided tour, but we decided
Oh,
to make a
right.
left turn to go visit the mom ahead of.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and
gotcha,
she's just been there the whole time listening to our discussion.
You kind of realize as we're talking about all the political craziness and everything we've been doing.
Gotcha. Okay. Let's see.
We just have that moment as we're talking, everyone just kind of says, "Wait," and everyone just looks over. You're sitting there looking at.
Oh yeah, and they slow blinked at you. Now I remember. And they slow blinked at you. Okay. I've got that right here. Skyhaven actors, echoes. Where? This. Oh. Where is this kobold? Oh, there she is. All right. There we go. Nulo. That's the kobold's name. It's courtesan. Wait. Link actor. That there.
Milo. I thought that's that place that you told me I finally read
What?
a new low.
New low.
Oh, I got you. Damn, bro. If you weren't already a father, that joke would have done it.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so I'll take you over to. I guess I'll take you over to the market for now. Let's see. That's kind of where you are. Yeah. Oh, it's just barfed you guys up all over the place, as foundries sometimes do. There we go. All right, and then there we go. Oh, she's fucking huge. All right, hold up.
I love kobolds.
Okay. All right. So, she watches you guys talk to Cloudhoof's mom, who is, let's see, where's Cloudhoof's mom's miniature? Oh, there it is. Nice. Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Hold on. Let's see.
Is anyone in this place dressed like Mr. Utter?
No, no one is. It's
Oh,
gonna be
man.
very problematic.
I'm so shocked. It's so confusing.
Alright, let me try again. Oh man, I get it. It's not indexing it because it's like new or whatever. That's lame. Okay. All right. Well, I got it here then. Okay. So yeah. So your mom, who is just working out of this place down here, you guys have spoken with her and kind of gotten the lay of the land. People are coming and going, doing their various trades, and overall, it has very like small, like rural village vibes to it. They do seem to be in possession of food, which is kind of important. The reality of them having food is kind of important, because given this is elemental plane of air, that's not always a guarantee. The majority of the food does seem to be fish and what looks like larger fish, but they do have what looks like cheese, which is I don't know. And then they have a bunch of fruits, which is interesting, because generally the fruits and vegetables in Taranathis are grown in these hydroponic gardens, and it's like a lot of magic involved and stuff like that. This hunk of stone, it does have a fair amount of like vegetation, and there could be, just prime material fruit trees that they are tending to an orchard. But you haven't like seen anything that would hint at that just yet. And pretty much everywhere you go, there's no like cobblestone roads or anything like that. It's all just like earth that has been sort of tread and beaten down, because when your resources are limited, paving a road's kind of the lowest priority, especially if your community is so small that you don't really need wagons and long distance transport and whatnot. Also, there's the whole like, does this hex even get rain? To damage the roads and erode them. So there's a lot of unknowns here that I guess you could ask your guide if you wanted more information.
Yeah, just the past small talk.
Okay.
Hey, Crash.
What's up?
Where'd that cheese come from, bruh?
Is that what you're gonna ask?
On this island full of minotaurs. Where'd that cheese come from?
Okay. All right. Nulo looks at you, and with a completely serious face, she says, "Oh, you noticed the cheese? Yes, there are some members of the community who are blessed with abundant lactation, far more than is needed for the nourishment of the young. Minotaur women known to lactate throughout their lives, even when they do not have offspring. So we are fortunate to have that as a source of nutrients. Would you like some?"
I'm so happy I learned this information.
I'll have them.
Yes,
you
I would love
gotta-
some cheese, please.
You gotta
Okay.
add Greek on us and tell us what it tastes like.
You want to? Okay. I mean, yeah, it's kind of.
I mean, look, I've read the tweets. I know that this is what you're supposed to do.
All right. So this is it's a sweet and kind of like slightly nutty, but not like too nutty. So like a baby Swiss. You know what I'm saying? Kind of has like a baby Swiss vibe to it a little bit.
Nice.
Yeah. It's like a mellow with definitely some sweetness to it, but just enough bite to kind of have that kind of nutty, more advanced flavor. It ain't just mozzarella. You know what I'm saying? It ain't just mozzarella.
So it's kind of like a cheddar where it bites back a little bit when you eat it.
Ooh, I mean, if you want that, they're still aging those up. They're still
Okay.
they're aging them up
I'll
for the
have
bite.
to wait. Have to wait for the good stuff, for that sharp
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah. So this guy, he says, "Oh, you like the cheese? It's good, right?"
Yeah,
Uh,
great.
Yeah, Isaac.
Yeah.
I mean, you're the one stuffing the stairs. Oh, is everybody having cheese? Okay.
I imagine Bree's having cheese.
Okay. Oh yes, she's stuffed her cheek pouches full, overburdened with cheese. Okay. They don't ask for any payment because they see that you're with Nulo, and so you must be very important people. So like, I don't know how much cheese you want to take. You want to keep it polite, or you just gonna like stand there all day, like eating
I'm
all the
taking
free
as much as
samples?
they're willing to.
Okay.
It's like going around or like Costco 8 times to get.
I was about to mention
Mhm.
that. Costco samples.
And I will say that the cheese back at Taranathis is it's a little hard to come by. It's a little hard to come by. Unless you go on that Mr. Utters route, you know.
Mm.
Even then, there's some markup. Okay.
I posted this in the chat. Well, this is straight out of Borat. You know. Like,
He's very pleased that you are happy with the cheese. And you see others go over at you guys. There's a lot of curiosity as they sort of observe you guys and take in what you're doing, your general appearance. A lot of lingering stares at Cloudhoof, and also at Kalos, who the two of you would recognize, a lot of these people as people you kind of grew up with and knew growing up. As we've kind of discussed already, Cloudhoof, you and Kalos sort of became friends because of your half-breed heritage and the sort of social stigma and, racism that was associated with that. So these aren't like the best lingering looks, but they're also not as scornful as they were. It's like the Minotaurs and Kobolds here have sort of realized there's more important things to be upset about. Yeah.
If people are paying attention to us and we're going from stall to stall, Goleaf is very much going to be going into promo hype mode for the natural ones, saying as we are traveling across the skies, visiting various islands. Ooh, we just visited this other settlement. This would do nicely over there. How much would this cost? And all that stuff.
Gotcha. Which settlement are you referring to?
He will make some passing notions at the Fae settlement, as well as the Pirate Haven.
Gotcha.
But yeah, he's just going into promo mode.
Okay. Right. Go ahead and give me a diplomacy or a performance, since you're gonna kind of be doing that as your exploration action as you're moving through things. So Nulo explains to you guys that all of the food that you see here was created, grown, and harvested by us from the surrounding sky and the rich abundance provided by this floating isle.
Are skyfish a thing in this setting? I'm trying to remember.
Oh yeah, they are for sure. Yep.
Okay. I was pretty sure that we saw some
That's like the number one
Taranathis.
source of protein that doesn't make you want to throw up back in Taranathis.
Yeah, we fought a sky whale, so I imagine there's other sky creatures.
Oh
like
yeah,
that.
the clouds are just full of fish. I mean, the clouds are just full of fish. Yeah. That's actually an activity you could do on your airship, because there's that much of an abundance of skyfish that you could just be fishing all the time.
27 on that diplomacy check.
Okay, yeah. The people are very receptive to what you're saying and very excited. And you could tell that there was a lot of like nervousness and fear, because like apparently they do not get any like tourists essentially or merchants. So one of them, this gruff ass motherfucker right here, he says, "Hey now, kid, you been around these skies? Huh? You fly around in your ship, huh?
First off, not kid. Probably as old as you. Second off, yes, we have been around the skies. Traveling
Okay.
from in and out of the city. Even over towards the pirate haven.
Pirate Haven. That place is called Port Eclipse, huh?
Yep.
Yeah. See, I've been thinking about starting a trade route with Port Eclipse, but this community's full of wimps and pansies. They're afraid of everything. It's not like we'd be trying to trade with Taranathis. We'd be trading with a known, an established community. They say, no, they're pirates. Nah, don't worry about that. Things are different here. This isn't Galarian anymore, you know? Also, back in Galarian, a pirate was only a pirate if they weren't a privateer.
I mean, it doesn't.
You know that
really
that is not true. That's not true.
True. But I mean, even still, whatever you want to call them, bandit, pirate, privateer, etc. I mean, a man's got to eat, right? So I'm pretty sure they'd be receptive of, trade goods going from one settlement to another.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
It's quite fortunate. I'm the quartermaster of this crew. So let's talk business. And then, we'll start talking about maybe setting up a trade between the stuff that we can find at the Hydro Forge, the Fae settlement, Port Eclipse, etc., etc.
Okay, he introduces himself as Guthlo Greystone. And Guthlo Greystone is a merchant man. He was a big shot merchant man back at Taranathis, and he is the son of a big shot merchant Minotaur back in Galarian. He was a child during the transposition, a teenager. And so he wants to rebuild what was taken. His father's great we don't call it the Underdark anymore. Darklands merchant empire. He was a rich merchant's son. And he lost everything. And he's been building it back up from the ground up. But then he saw that there was really no opportunities for Minotaurs at Taranathis. So when he heard everybody was leaving, he left also. And now he's always looking for business and business opportunities. But his efforts are stymied by the 3 witches. They're basically the wardens, and this is our prison. That's what he tells you. Yeah, they're beautiful and they're powerful, but a gilded cage is still a cage, huh?
That it is. First point, he'll actually connect with them, also mentioning that Goldleaf was transported here when he was a teenager, so he gets where he's coming from. But then also we'll kind of go into a little bit extra, saying that we are hoping to meet with the Echoes to see if we can expand on this trade idea between the islands, and if they would be receptive to it.
Wow. Yeah. You see a yellow exclamation mark appear above his head, and he says,
I'll bite.
He said, if you could help me establish trade between Karthalon and other settlements, every time you help me do that, there'll be a reward for you, and an increasingly better discount.
Ooh, perfect. We should swap contacts.
He does, at one point in the conversation, ask if you know that fine glassblower over there, because ooh-wee, one hot lady.
How close is Cloudhoof for this
I
conversation?
don't know where Cloudhoof would be at this point. I feel like you guys are kind of off talking shop, basically.
Yeah, I would not be within earshot. I'll say that.
Okay, fair
That's
enough. Fair
fine.
enough.
Okay, then yes, Goldleaf will talk about Morellis Cloudspire, and that he's friends with her son. So she's a very hardworking, diligent woman. Does it sound like this guy is trying to look for a hookup, or?
Oh, I mean, yeah. I mean, he does something. He has not mated for life yet. He hasn't found the right Minotaur yet. But she's very talented, very hardworking, and beautiful beyond compare. There's no more beautiful Minotaur in all of. He would go as far as say, Galarian and all the plains. That's how smitten he is.
Damn. Okay. I think Goldleaf, however, will just say that he'll try and put in a good word, because then he starts to think about, wait a minute, Cloudhoof is half Minotaur, half Sylph. And then his mind
You think
starts
about
going
how
down
people have to have a partner to have a baby usually. So,
yeah, and then he starts
Yeah,
thinking
yeah.
about, oh, who's Cloudhoof's dad? Is he a genie that I may have met? Okay, maybe I don't go with this path. So he starts kind of, he tries to sidestep it a little bit, but he'll
Gotcha.
just kind of says like he'll put in a good word.
Right. He believes your words are earnest and true, because he wants to. He doesn't even roll a check against you.
Sounds good to me.
All right. So yeah, you guys get a general lay of the land. Get the feel for this place. It's pretty cool. I would say like settlement level, it's only like maybe level 3. So you wouldn't be able to purchase like any goods or equipment here like higher than level 3 without spending a little downtime, greasing some palms, making connections. And even then, probably the best you could get would be 2 levels higher, like best case scenario. So they are very limited in their resources and what they can offer. And while Nulo says that this is a resource rich landmass, I mean, Minotaur's big. They eat a lot. Kobolds small, but have very high metabolism. So it doesn't seem like this landmass is going to be sustainable past a certain point. Like,
what's the rate of development, like settlement level wise, of settlements? Like, is that something that is variable enough that we could influence, or is like growing from a 3 to a 4 like a decades long process?
Oh, no. It can definitely go up, over a span of months, like pretty easily. Definitely over a span of years. But yeah, even over the span of months, it can go up. All it really takes sometimes is just an influx of people, or new trade routes, new trade agreements, safer, like ways to and from the place. Better defenses, like all those things kind of contribute towards making a settlement more viable. Nulo explains to you that we get, I would say, maybe 10 to 20 new community members every 6 weeks. It's never 20 at once, but whenever a ship can find an excuse to bring them. We have to be very quiet and very careful about this. It is not because we would be missed by the people of Taranathis. Instead, they would want what we have. And they would take it from us. And she does seem to believe that very strongly. Oh, also, there's this little guy over here. He sells mushrooms. So he explains to you guys.
Oh, hey, friends. I see that you are travelers from far. Perhaps you feel a great hunger that cannot be met by normal rations. Then I have a deal for you. It is gold mushrooms. My brood and I are expert mushroom farmers dating back hundreds of years, and we have managed to cultivate many delicious varieties that we continue to grow fresh here in our new home.
Has a talent and useful ability. It's an impressive way to generate food.
Yes, you see those baked goods over there? They use a mushroom flour along with the delicious Minotaur milk to create fine breads and pastries.
Do you feel that your ability to produce mushrooms is unique to this island, or do you think that you could recreate that in other places?
No, my brood's growing techniques would work anywhere. It's not limited to any particular soil.
You could use a better source of food at the Hydroforge.
The Hydroforge, you say? Isn't that place cursed?
Guess Fetch wasn't there. It's my understanding that these people worded off whatever was going on there and sorted it out. You know, you guys sound like you could take on some of the extra refugees that this place can't handle if capacity is an issue here.
Oh.
He looks very nervous when you say that.
I think that would be something that people much higher up the food chain would make decisions about than me. I am but a simple merchant farmer.
Yeah. Good talk though.
Across
cool
the street,
mushrooms.
you see his son, training at magic with this elderly Minotaur wizard.
He's gonna get eaten by a dragon turtle and he doesn't even know it.
Oh, maybe. Let's see. Nulo says she already told you about the history. She told you about the dock. She told you about all that. Okay. You guys know about Theek Boulderhorn. Let's see. Okay. She explains that Karthalon values independence, physical and spiritual endurance, and communal identity. So you will have to excuse their measured caution, but you are the first outsiders that have journeyed here, not to drop off refugees, but with their own, agendas, essentially. She also explains that they're trying to sort of revitalize the Stoneheart rites, histories, and practices from before the translocation. And then, let's see. The people have started to dig into the earth, hoping to find ore and workable stone, and all that kind of stuff. They have to move slowly and cautiously because everyone is worried that, one bad tunnel collapse or could collapse the whole Sky Island, or that they could unearth some cavern or catacomb that is hidden beneath the earth that was brought over during the translocation. And then let's see.
Ooh, actually, kind of before Goldleaf leaves this conversation with this guy, he would have asked if there's any like stonemasons in this community.
Oh, he says, yes. Oh, most minotaurs are skilled with stone, eh? Especially the kobolds. Kobolds, minotaurs. We love working with stone. It's called Stone Heart. At least it was.
Yeah, perfect. I think we have an upcoming project that could actually use some people to help work on. I'll put it on the to-do list. To ask around.
Good luck with that. All of the craftsmen, the miners, anyone with any sort of skills is going to be needed here to build up the community and keep things running.
I'll keep my eyes and ears open. But thanks for the tip. And then we'll return to the rest.
You guys have been here long enough that you do notice that there is sort of a weird, like fluting, like a deep fluting, like horn sound, like that keeps going on in the background. It's like somewhat musical, but it doesn't like have any like set like pattern. It would be like a skilled musician playing a wind instrument for the first time. Like they have the ability, but they're still learning the instrument. And the sound is like distant, but also always there. Noticing the sound, Nulo points to the jagged upper spires of stone towards the far end of the island, and she says, those peaks are hollow. The winds of this region blow through them and create that sonorous sound. Thus far, we have not encountered any weather that has been too dangerous, though the wind does pick up from time to time. Unfortunately, we have not had any rain.
Do you ever have any problems with, like, Aether Blade patrols or anything? Or does your friend in the sky take care of that?
Well, there is a very powerful beast who protects us. You saw him, I think, on your way in?
Yep.
His name is Krokos. Also, I don't think did I show you guys the art for Krokos, or no?
I don't think so.
I just kind of implied.
I think you described it, but I don't think you showed it.
Maybe you didn't see him all the way. That's why I didn't show him.
I don't think we saw all the way.
We did see him peek around a cloud.
Yeah, it was mostly like hiding, but like watching us.
Okay, yeah.
So we didn't get a full view of it.
Yeah, so she explains that this is a very powerful sky behemoth that does not tolerate, ships coming into its territory. It seems to have been tamed by the local harpies. The leader of the harpies is not the harpy that you guys met, but a different harpy named Meleo. And Meleo now works directly for the Echoes, and they are training her in magic. And essentially, in exchange for this training in magic and friendship, and then, the harpies are sharing what they have declared as their island, but now they're kind of like into seeing what happens. Kind of into seeing what happens.
Communism.
Yeah.
We share island.
And
Yes, comrade.
And she says, so far it has been a mutually beneficial situation. The Echo's magic is quite powerful, especially since they have formed a coven. They are able to shield this island from magical divination, and the dense cloud banks that cling to the landmass keep it well hidden from a distance. Any ships entering the cloud banks risk being attacked by Krokos.
It's a pretty good setup.
Agreed.
What is it that you are most lacking? Like, how could we be helpful? I know there's some concern about sort of outgrowing your food supply, but
she sort of looks at you without displaying any emotions, and then she says, it is hard to say what does and does not concern our community. Right now, everything is fine. But we live in the shadow of Taranathis. There is fear that they will discover us and take what we have. There is also fear for our friends and families that we left behind. Each year that passes, the treatment of our people becomes worse and worse. It won't be long before the people of Taranathis decide that Minotaurs and Kobolds were never actually citizens of Taranathis, and thus are not deserving of any rights or protections.
Well, I feel like that's the mission statement of the Skyhaven, is it not, Captain Jade? A place where all people underneath these endless skies can both be free and part of a community?
Yes, I believe that everybody should have the same opportunity.
Definitely feel it'd be beneficial for our communities to start working together.
yeah, it sounds like the resource you're most missing is security. You've got secrecy on your side, you've got defenses, but really it's feeling safe that seems to be the thing that's lacking here. We also met another island that is in the shadow of Taranathis that feels similarly. I don't know how familiar you are with the Fae, but
The Fae of
they're similarly have an adversarial relationship with.
I understand what Fae are, but I have no personal experience interacting with any such creatures.
Well, they've also expressed concerns since their grove is quite abundant in vegetation and other minerals that Taranathis, if given the chance, would like to harvest from them. And they have come into conflict quite a number of times. But we're also in talks with them at the moment in seeing what we can do to assist them in their needs, and also to provide some defense or backup if needed. As they say, a bundle of arrows is harder to break than a single one.
Nods very slowly. She says, it is our understanding, according to the echoes, There are many dangers here in the elemental plane of air beyond our tenuous and dangerous prior relation with Taranathis. There is a grand city of lawless pirates. They live inside the hollowed out skull of a long dead god. They only serve themselves and the acquisition of wealth and power. There is also a group. They wear masks like birds, and many are gargoyles. They are slavers. Though, from what I understand, you helped against the efforts of such slavers.
That we did.
Hmm.
It's a very complicated ecosystem up here in the skies.
Been a bit of a rough crash course learning it.
That is very true.
Then she looks at Cloudhoof and she says, and then, of course, there are the native Jathun. It is said the Jathun are as old as creation itself. And their powers are mysterious. The strongest among them can bend reality to their will. A small village like this would be as nothing to such a people. And hopefully we stay beneath and below their notice. But you can see that what little joy and happiness we have managed to create for ourselves is tenuous.
It's a rough place, to be sure. We've actually seen some of the things you've talked about firsthand. And
would you tell me about these things? There is still much time before the feast is prepared.
Look towards Captain Jade, just kind of look at, see if that's okay to talk.
Jade nods in agreement.
I'm sure that'd be good. We've been to the pirate city. It, as you say, is in a giant skull. And to a degree, you are right. They are very self-serving. But the nature of the plane of air itself is about freedom. Whether that be freedom for laws or freedom from oppression or just restriction. Things that have become native to here have a way of not liking to be tied down to an area. I think it's part of the plane itself. Or who can grasp the wind?
She listens intently, her gold eyes wide and bright. You could tell that she is absorbing everything that you are saying.
We have seen great sky whales. While some seem playful, their sheer size makes them destructive to smaller vessels. The bird mask slavers. We have encountered them a few times, and actually have convinced some of them to join us. They seem as diverse and conflicted as any group. Some believe the slaving is needed. Others just see it as a necessary means. The Jathun find us curiosities. And almost as if how a dragon might see a kobold as as something to be owned or possessed.
Okay, she kind of narrows her eyes because her tribe, they're revised kobolds, so they actually take on the traits and cultures and personalities of the strongest, coolest, whatever is in the area. So for them, it's always been minotaurs. But she has heard of the dragon simp kobolds. You could tell that this is one of the few emotions that she's displayed was a bit of disgust when you bring up the goblin simp kobolds.
I mean, if they're simp goblins, they should be disgusted. But
you guys hear a sort of wet, croaking caw, and you see a deeply ink black raven fly down. It lands near Nulo, and as it opens its mouth, a woman's voice comes out, and it says, "The echoes would like to see our guest before the celebration. Bring them at once." And then its mouth opens wider, and then it sort of splits open and just melts into what you realize is blood, all over the ground.
Gross.
Oh, that's adorable.
Mean unsettling.
Nulo looks.
That's what that
looks. It looks down. Says the guy with a familiar vein of his hemorrhoid blood.
Hey, I know what I've got, and it's not hepatitis, it's syphilis.
Oh my god. I mean, do you want syphilis? They have stats for it. I can apply it to your character right now.
I've been vaccinated.
Oh, okay. So you're like a carrier, but you just don't have any.
Yeah.
You're asymptomatic. Okay, got it.
Oh, maybe. I am losing my mind.
All right, as you guys go to leave, Nazuki Pawn says, "I don't want to push my luck. Maybe I could stay back here and explore the market a bit, and go check on the children."
I think that's fine. Yeah, if there's any information that you can gather while you're around here, that'd be great.
I also know that Bree is around here somewhere, but it's where's Waldo? When we got pasted in it, she's fucking scared.
So do we take Puck with us in there?
Oh, I mean, he leaps from Nazuki Pawn to your shoulder, Cloudhoof, and he tips his fedora to you. You think? And he says,
"Well, if there's witches, I'm gonna meet them."
Puck, since
Right?
when the hell have you been here?
Huh? I remember you guys said I could come with you, and anyway, so I
Yes.
just hopped on the ship when you left.
He's been with us this whole time. Haven't you seen him?
I guess I haven't been paying attention. Is that gonna be a problem with Lady Earlith?
No, I don't think it would be a problem.
Alright.
If anything, he's an ambassador for Lady Earlith for our group, right?
Yeah, exactly. If anything, I'm an ambassador for Lady Earlith. Yeah, exactly.
Alright. right, fair enough.
As an ambassador, I have some concerning questions for you. So, as I was introducing myself to all the ladies on the boat, one of them was very mean to me. She had red eyes and dark hair. I thought since we both had red eyes that, it was a match romantically. She did not feel the same way as I do. But I did manage to learn that she was apparently the slaver that took all the Minotaur children. So it seems kind of weird that you brought her here. Are you going to offer her up as a sort of goodwill token? I know that Lady Irilith would love that kind of gift. If somebody said, here's poachers who have been poaching your forest. That would go over very well.
Probably would, but also...
That would go
I
against the
assumed
idea of
you were
everybody
very
gets a
clever
second
and
chance.
tricksy. That's why you brought her with you, because you knew you were coming here, and then you would, hand her over. I think she thinks the same thing, because she is very flighty and shifty-eyed.
Well, maybe they'll...
Aren't they back at the
She's on the
Hydra
ship.
Forge?
She came on
Nah,
the
you
ship.
brought her specifically because she knew how to get in and out of Taranathis.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
Javara.
Yeah.
Okay, I
Yeah,
was thinking. Okay.
If anything, I think it may give her some pause and keep her on some good behavior. If she was to start acting out, then it wouldn't take much for us to turn her over. For now, I think, at least hope, there's an understanding that as long as she doesn't mess up, she's been given a second chance to right the wrongs that she's done. If not, then hell, we can just send her over to the Minotaurs.
Puck seems very unimpressed with your strategy. Like, it doesn't seem like very smart diplomacy, politics. But then again, he is a Fae, and, they do things a little differently.
I don't know. It might be a good idea, especially now that Puck's talked about it, because I feel like it's going to come out at some point or another. We don't really have a good reason.
Oh yeah. Well, why would it come out? Does someone have difficulty keeping his mouth shut? Like, it's a reason that you seem afraid of your own character right now, Nathan. Are you afraid of your own character right now?
I mean, I was meaning Puck was going to let it slip somewhere, but I mean.
I
It was really a
thought
toss
you
up.
were talking about yourself, so.
Honestly, I think Songbo sort of dismissed her and doesn't think about her.
But let's be fair though. Songbo says something. It's important, and it should be said.
No, it's not.
That's not what he told me.
Fair. Yeah.
I thought you were an educated man, Isaac.
I am.
It could be the influence of the drugs.
Or lack thereof.
True.
Wait,
I turn away, and you see my shirt that says "boyfriend" on it.
wait, Isaac, how
I don't know. Maybe Puck's on to something.
How long was I what?
Oh, how long were you over there by the mushroom cart?
Oh no, I was eating cheese. There's a tremendous amount of cheese. At first I was like, this is very delicious, and then they told me it was from breast milk, so I started eating more.
You're on a cheese high. Got it.
That sounds
Yes.
like a very Isaac thing to do.
Seeing that you were a fellow cheese lover, the Minotaur running the cheese stand gave you a little insider information, Isaac, that they are gonna have some ice cream for at the big feast to welcome you
Well,
guys.
I'm gonna have to vomit up all this cheese so I could have that ice cream.
All right, let's see. She starts to lead you guys up through the town. The center of the town is devoid of vegetation. It kind of has this very like I don't know, World of Warcraft Orkland vibe to it. Eh. And then let me see. Where's the? Oh, wrong spot. There we go. Ah, yes. So. There we go.
Looking around, does it look like they've sourced all of this lumber from this island, or are they like importing it from somewhere?
Oh yeah, it definitely. This is the closest to what I was envisioning I could get. I would say that they probably don't have all this like laying
But like
around.
the palisade and stuff. But cause there were the wooden buildings in the last, like in the market area too, and that's what made me start wondering.
Most of what they have is built out of stone.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Let's see. And as they kind of lead you through, there is a cave opening up ahead, like past this like large sort of communal tent, and they lead you into a sort of like, you know that you're at a higher point, maybe the highest flat point of the island after kind of traveling up through the passage in that in the cave. So let me get you guys over there real quick. Let's see. There we go. Change out that music for you.
I like how this Minotaur right here also looks sort of like a lion. He's like half Leon and half Minotaur.
I mean, it's all about maintenance, you know what I'm saying? Like
maintenance.
Yeah. All right. I'll bring you guys over to this map right here. All right. So you emerge from the passage in the mountain, and you find yourselves in sort of a grove. There are lush fruit trees growing in the grove, and there are formations of stone that are kind of almost like erupting, or looks like they erupted from the earth. There is, or there are, ancient crumbled pillars that, despite being worn away by time and the destructive process of the transposition, they are still towering at about 30 feet high. Stairs lead up to a platform about 20 feet high, and you can see that there are 3 minotaurs that are sort of like dancing / chanting around a massive chunk of amber. In the amber seem to be the bones of a very small draconic creature, and the amber lets off a beautiful, sort of sparkling light. The 3 minotaurs, one looks like goth girl minotaur. She has all black fur. She has purple glowing runes etched into her horns, and she's just got glowing purple eyes.
Well, she can hide under my bed.
Mm-hmm. Then there's Angry Bad Bitch. Angry Bad Bitch is ferocious, leaning heavily into the monstrous reputation and nature of Minotaurs. Her horns are carved with golden runes that crackle with blue sparks of electricity. She looks savage and dangerous, and her clothing is adorned with many skulls. Some kobold, some humans. And then you see the third Minotaur, and she seems to be the one with the slightest build and the softest features. But her horns look like they are perpetually burning away, and they radiate light around them. She is dressed in more formal, wizard-like robes than the other two. And if you didn't know any better, she seems like she could have just been another wizard serving on the Arcane Council, or teaching or studying or researching at the university. You see perched 30 feet up on this pillar right here is Goth Girl Harpy. She is tattooed all of the fleshy bits of her body with shifting arcane inky runes that seem to move and travel across her body, and then morph into other shapes, other creatures, blend together, diffuse. Her wings are dark black, almost matching the sort of inky darkness of the raven that was sent to you guys earlier. She's perched with razor sharp claws, and her tail feathers are sort of tucked in with the scant robes that she is wearing. She does seem to have a satchel similar to what a wizard would keep their spellbook and components in. She narrows her eyes, which look like two inky pools of eyeshadow. She stares down at you guys.
We'll give her.
Are we not going to talk about that lady being on? Oh. Are we not going to talk about that lady that's on fire?
I think we're about to go talk to them.
Oh, you guys could attempt to recall knowledge checks if you'd like.
Ooh, yeah, definitely.
I would like to approach the harpy as soon as I can.
Okay, fair enough. I'll put you at the head of the line there.
Mm.
Get
everybody out of my way! Get behind me, quick!
Which of these is Cloudhoof's mom? Or not Cloudhoof's, Callus's mom?
So, Isaac, you recognize the Burning Horns Minotaur as Malith Brightveil, and she was, in fact, a wizard who studied, researched, and worked, and taught at the Arcane Academy.
When did she leave?
She actually left before you did. She was put on a leave of absence because of her radical political views.
I mean, aren't we all?
Yeah, same as you.
Yeah.
Probably same situation.
Really, her views were just civil rights. But she was trying to use her position and power and influence to try and sort of get better, more fair treatment for the people of the Stone Ward, and then also to create opportunities for communication to try and like assuage the tensions between them.
How dare she?
She left for her leave of absence about 3 years ago. She was never seen again.
Oh, so I was in very good standing.
Yeah, I guess if you hadn't thrown your whole life away at that point, yeah.
No, that was like the beginning of the end.
Yeah. Let's see. Vetch, you are a bit overwhelmed by everything that you are seeing.
Everyone here is so big, I could get smushed.
But you could do some sick skateboarding on those stairs. So, some real sick tricks.
That rail looks super grindable.
I have to tell you, it's nice being somewhere where I don't feel like I have to squeeze anywhere. It's fantastic.
Wait, does Vetch have lore skateboarding the way Andronicus had lore surfing?
Yes.
He's an import from Extra Life.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Gold Leaf. You realize that these women, at least 2 of them, are probably druids, or one is a druid and one might be a witch. You would say that the stormy one's probably the druid, and the goth one is probably the witch. This one's probably a wizard. As far as like knowing them, you can confirm that Isaac is correct, that this is Malith Brightvale, I guess disgraced wizard of the Arcane Academy who went missing. And then you do recognize the other 2 as Kathra Bloodmane. And Kathra Bloodmane, she was in and out of prison, and she was supposed to be publicly executed for insurrections and crimes against the city of Taranathis, but she escaped on her way to the executioner's block. It was never seen again. And then this individual, you don't know too much about them. Cloud Hoof. You're pretty sure that Goth Minotaur is your friend's mom.
Gotcha.
And then Jade, with your check, you also recognize Malith Brightvale because it was kind of a big deal. You also recognize Kathra Bloodmane, and your closeness with Kalos. You do see some similarities between Goth Girl and him. Songbow, fucking crushing it, bro. You know everything.
I don't give a fuck about them. I want to know about the structure.
Oh, okay. Well, all right. You recognize that this is an ancient druidic circle, and it was likely used by the people of Stoneheart for their druids to sort of connect and commune with the sky, storms, weather, things that normally subterranean people wouldn't need to worry about. So it was a very small group of druids among their people that cared about the surface world, but they were sort of like ambassadors from the Darklands to the surface. So this is where they would perform those rites. This is of Minotaur make, and it is extremely old, and it is a place of power. Yeah, if you were a thaumaturge and you had a necklace as your implement, it would be throbbing right now because place of power. You feel that energy that is stored in this ancient place is what is causing the tremendous fertility of the plants. Because these trees are loaded with fruits, and they all seem to be in peak season. Yet at the same time, they also seem to be growing new blossoms and new fruits constantly. Not like so fast that you could see, but you can see that all the trees are in like every season of growth is happening at the same time. So this is for sure the source of this island's blessings and I guess power, you could say.
Do I know if it's
power. It's
like something that's up? Like, is this something that can be done in perpetuity, or is this like there's going to be a big burst and it's going to taper off?
Well, the obvious source of power is the draconic remains at the center of the place of power. So if something happened to this, it would probably destroy the magic that diffuses this ancient ritual site, and then over time, the magic would fade and these plants would be subjected to the same bullshit that everything else from the prime material is, where it has to figure out how to survive, how to evolve in an unnatural place. But for now, similar to the Fey Forest, this is creating a nourishment for the island.
So the draconic remains help it sort of maintain its prime materialness. Do I think this could be extrapolated upon to help Lawrence?
You know that druids could, reincarnate. That was something that came up in the Fey area. You don't know if this is healing so much as like fertility. Like like druids will frequently like bless the land to give better harvest and better growth and things like that. You think that effect, that Dwemer, is in perpetuity because of this site. In fact, you rolled so good on the check that you remember hearing a story about a great forest dragon whose one and only egg it was destroyed by invaders into her forest. The minotaurs from below the surface, who were on an excursion to the surface, helped fight off those attackers, and they befriended the dragon, and they actually helped her through her time of great sorrow of losing her only egg. In the end, it was she who taught them the ways of like surface druidism, like forest and sky and storm and all that. And then she blessed this site with the remains of her baby.
Being an impossible Leshy, do I also feel a connection to this natural power?
You feel very fertile, Goldleaf. You feel very fertile. Your pollen glands are swollen, bro.
All right. Well,
does anybody need allergy meds? I can make the allergy med.
It's gonna take forever to get out of my fur.
All right, so
watch out the party.
The other check that you made, Songbow, you know everything, but you said you only wanted to know about the environment, so that's fine.
Oh yeah, I'm hyper focusing on the buildings.
Fair enough. Isaac, you believe the harpy is some sort of ink wizard, which is a real thing in Pathfinder. Specializes in ink magic. And those of you who know about harpies, you know that this level of civility is extremely unheard of for a creature like a harpy. It hints at a level of discipline and civility that harpies historically have never been able to master. It would be like a hill giant, becoming a cleric of Desna. It would be like unheard of. Okay. As you start to approach, the harpy, in a beautiful voice, calls down to you and says, "Hold before you approach. You're in the presence of the echoes. Your reputation precedes you. You saved some Minotaur children when no one else would. And you travel with one who bears the blood of this coven." And she looks past you to Kalos.
That we do. Allow us to introduce ourselves. We are the Natural Ones of the Sky Privateers, the Sky Haven. And we'll give a deep bow to her.
Privateers. She kind of narrows her eyes.
He just doesn't like to say pirates. We're not really privateers. We're not sponsored by any state.
Privateers in the making.
We really work for ourselves, more or less.
Oh, I mean, she doesn't seem to know what privateer means, so she was furrowing her brow, trying to see if she had learned that word yet. She says, "You may approach the echoes. They have many questions for you, but know that this is a place of power and a sacred place. If violence is your goal, you will only find destruction."
Duly noted. Thank you for the warning. Shall we, Captain?
Songbow's just whispering up the story about the druid circle and the dragon to Isaac the whole time now.
Hey, Songbow, I'm going to try to seduce this harpy. You want to hit? Hey,
you need a wingman?
No, I've been doing this a long time. Hey, how are you?
I believe in you. Aha!
Is that what you say? Are you? Okay. All right. Hold on. Unfortunately, Wes is on to something, because if you know goth girls, you know that Isaac is like
goth girl bait. That's like
That's all.
He's like a magnet. He's like a fucking magnet.
It's all they're after. It's terrible. The finest goth girls I know, they got the nerdiest boys, just the nerdiest guys, or the most like cheese pizza plain ass vanilla dude you could ever imagine.
What do they say? Black cats attract golden retrievers.
Oh, in this case, it's a police dog that got into the cocaine too much. So.
Yeah.
Okay, so you ask how she says, I am well. Thank you for asking. You are a wizard?
Well, I'm like more like a. I don't want to say drug dealer. I am a man of alchemy.
Alchemy. Ah, yes. Alchemy.
Like bottle.
What I use to make my inks.
Oh, I saw your tattoos. I very much like them. Is that all the tattoos you have?
No, I have tattoos everywhere, even beneath
I would like
my
to see them.
clothes and feathers.
I
Oh,
would very much like to see.
that is fine. She begins to, remove her clothing.
Oh, hang on. You guys are catch up. Let's go over here.
Cassian,
these tattoos
Cassian
look
says,
beautiful. I'd love to see
yes.
them.
You head on. I'll keep an eye on Isaac.
Hey,
I'll keep him out of trouble.
Hey, bearded creep of me from the future, get the fuck out of here.
He says, now, son, there's plenty to share. Come on.
Go away. Go.
Okay. So she removes her clothing and starts moving around so you can see all the tattoos.
That's incredible.
It's with the
Those
sight
tattoos
of
are
the
beautiful.
I mean, harpies don't normally wear clothes, so I mean, it's not that big a deal, you know.
Well, no, it was more of just like she's just stripping in front of a bunch of strangers. Yes, sir.
But
That's what I mean, though. To a harpy, it's not a big deal because they don't normally wear clothes. So
hey, follow me.
Out of her tattoos, and he's obviously in the industry, so
That's very impressive. I can show you my tattoo. Come over, I'll show it to you. It's on my chest, in groin area.
okay. She flies over to see your tattoo.
I show her my elephant tattoo.
Oh,
Yo, get away! I get my water bottle out. I squirt him.
Cassian says, what are the odds? We have the same tattoo, son.
No, you're me from the future. You really are. Get away.
Except I went all the way.
and he turns and he shows you that his goes all the way around to the back. And where's the elephant's butthole? Where is it?
That's fucking awful. That's the worst part.
She says your tattoos don't move. I thought old tattoos were alive.
No, they can move. You have to do a dance. So.
Show me. All right.
It's
the
helicopter.
I guess the two of you do the helicopter simultaneously. He moves closer to you and offers to hold your hand while it's happening.
If he gets to me, I'm hitting him with hallucinogenic spore.
All right, well, I guess Isaac is out of these negotiations. All right, Goldly, if you reach the top of the stairs, once you get to the top of the stairs, you can just set your height to 20. That's fine.
Come on, Carlos, let's go. And Jade's gonna grab his hand and pull him up the stairs with them.
Oh, all right. Puck says,
I'm gonna go keep an eye on Isaac. It seems like he's in trouble. Yeah. Oh my god!
And he jumps in line and he starts like doing the helicopter with his tail.
I would like to hit him with hallucinogenic spore.
Okay.
I'll remove the 2 from my inventory.
Damn, dude, those are powerful.
Perfect use.
All right, can you post them?
I also approve of this. This is great.
I did post.
Oh my god!
All right,
hold on. It's an AOE, so let me roll for the harpy also.
No, I didn't want to get her.
Oh wait, you have the safe bomber thing, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, that's good. Otherwise, she'd be hallucinating.
Yeah, that's bad.
Yeah, hold on.
Well, I mean, at least at that point, she'd be having a good time.
Fair.
Those were not good time hallucinations. I don't know if you've forgotten that fight, but those were not good time hallucinations.
That's the eye of the beholder.
All right, Cassian makes the
that
save.
was supposed to be a dig at Isaac. You know.
Damn it! Right. What the fuck? How are you immune? How are you immune?
I mean, I was born in the forest, man.
Oh well, that makes sense. But well, you were a hobo.
As you guys reach the top, and Isaac and friends are on Goth Girl Safari. The other Goth Girl here, she looks over at all of you, but especially at Kalos, and her voice quavers a bit, and she says, "My son, it has been so long His jaw clenches. You can hear his teeth grind. And he says, yes, Mother, it has. It's been a very long time. She says, you have grown to be a fine man. And I have heard of your heroics. He does not seem able to speak, Jade. He's putting all his effort into not crying in front of everybody.
Jade's gonna squeeze his hand and say, yes, he did everything he could to save the Minotaur children when they were taken. He showed a lot of bravery.
She looks over at you like, who this? You know what I'm saying?
And that
she
was
says,
just the start of his heroics. He's been quite instrumental as a part of our crew, especially looking out for the well-being of our captain. Goldleaf will mention over towards Jade.
Oh yeah, I'm incredibly sorry. How rude of me. I'm Jade. I'm the captain of this outfit. And we're the natural ones, and we've come to speak with you.
She nods. You see Kael'thra looks at all of you with a look that's like, no shit, but she doesn't say that. But she definitely has like a rude, like doesn't hide her emotions well on her face. Arisa, yeah, Arisa. She says, I am Irisa Duskhorn. I left Taranathis 10 years ago to find allies against the corruption that was spreading and threatening my people. I did not know what dangers awaited, and so I left my only son behind. I'm sure that seems cruel, but the things I have seen and done, I am glad to have spared you from that, Kalos. His jaw just shaking, and he turns away. The light of the amber crystal highlights his incredibly sharp yet beautiful cheekbones.
Jade's gonna gently kind of tug on his hand a little bit and look up at him and whisper, say something.
He looks down at you and he does like the McMahon, like shaking his head, no with his hands. Like he tears well in his eyes. He can't do it.
It looks like he's overcome with emotion upon seeing you again.
She says, he always was a very emotional child. When he found out about his father's death, he was inconsolable.
I mean, well, that's understandable. If I'd lost one of my parents, I'd be incredibly upset as well.
Well, I will leave him to his thoughts, feelings. Know that It might be hard for you to believe, Kalos, but not a day. That is not right. The moments that passed were always filled with my love and regret for you. She turns to the others and says, I'm sorry. I was very rude to interject my personal affairs into our political meeting. And Kael'thra says, don't fucking worry about it. It makes sense. If I had been foolish enough to spawn offspring, I would probably be a slave to love as well. She looks over at all of you and says, I am Kaethra Bloodmane. You've probably heard of me.
Your name holds a reputation in Taranathis.
She smiles, and you see that all of her teeth have been filed down to be sharp. All of them. Minotaurs are omnivores. They do have, like, some little sharp canines. Not very sharp. They have little sharp canines. She has deliberately, cosmetically, I think, maybe functionally, had all of those teeth sharpened. Also, she forked her tongue.
Nice.
Yeah.
Songbo looks at her and says, I'm Songbo Yeshi. You probably haven't heard of me.
No, I haven't. But I have heard of these natural ones, as you call yourselves. You came here seeking allies. You came here hoping to do what we have already done.
What would that be?
She smiles. Recruit the finest Minotaur, kobold, and stoneheart craftsmen to your cause.
Oh, that was why. So we just came from the city. We were there to try to save some Minotaurs whilst recruiting them to help us at our new base. But then we heard that you guys had already started doing that. We'd seen this city from afar a while ago, but we had some like problematic company at the time, so we didn't want to bring them down on us. Which probably, now that we met your guardian, was a good idea. Doubly so. Anyway, they're like eating goats or something right now. So then we went to the city to try to recruit some people to help us at our base. But then we found out that you guys had already sort of done that, but for here instead. So we figured we might as well come and introduce ourselves.
That part.
Yeah, but then I had to go back, and then I wanted to make sure that you knew where I was in the narrative. But anyway, so then we came here. But we don't really want to. Like, we don't want to poach your people or anything like that. We just want to introduce ourselves. Since we're sort of neighbors, I guess.
Neighbors?
Yeah, I mean, like, we're in the same Sky neighborhood.
The same Sky neighborhood. She looks over at the other two like, the fuck?
My fuzzy friend over here does have a point. The Hydroforge that had split off from the city and was rumored to be cursed, we have taken that over as our base of residence. So yes,
when you say that,
neighbors.
Malith says, that is quite extraordinary. There was a planar anomaly affecting that sky island.
Yeah, there was like a portal to the plane of slime or ooze, maybe. I don't know, one of the two. It was opened by like the mine foreman. I think on accident.
Para-elemental plane.
No, it was just the one.
Songbo, stop.
She narrows her eyes.
But yes, the portal to that plane, we did deal with it. And the ooze corruption that was spreading across the island has now started to recede.
Actually, where I met this little fellow. Green gravel.
He presents himself.
So he's no longer a little doggy thing. He is gorilla elemental.
All right. Kathra seems very impressed. She nods and says, "You have tamed the elements. Impressive." Malith says, The para-elemental plane of ooze. Fascinating. I assume then that the initial experiments to open a permanent planar portal to the elemental plane of water to solve the crisis of water supply was attempted by whatever survivors remained in the Hydroforge after the transposition and subsequent scattering of the mountaintop?
Correct. I guess, as Songbo had mentioned, the foreman was the one that attempted to open that portal. In doing so, it also drove him mad. So unfortunately, we had to put him down in order to close the portal and to keep it from corrupting the rest of the island.
I think based off of the notes we found, it wasn't 100% certain whether the ritual just failed or whether the ritual was intentionally corrupted. I think maybe the idea was sound, the execution was the issue.
To the best of my knowledge, such construct was deemed too dangerous by the Bastion Council and the Arcane Academy. A permanent portal would require constant vigilance and guardians, for you don't know what would come through from the elemental plane of water. There's also the matter of interdimensional and interplanar and inter-elemental politics to consider. A permanent portal to a rival elemental domain might be seen by the local Jinn and elder elementals as a challenge or insult, and garner their attention immediately. In that way, it is perhaps fortunate that their efforts failed.
Noted. For future
I don't actually know that much about interplanar politics. Is there not a similar issue with the para-elemental planes? They don't have a ruler or denizens of that variety?
They do, but I would assume, since the Jathum did not converge upon the ruins of the Skyflume with alacrity, that they didn't detect a planar anomaly of a permanent, powerful status. Which is to say that not only was the ritual or attempt a failure, but it was incomplete.
I'm going to assume if given time, that portal would have expanded, and then it would have garnered the notice of the Jathum.
Ah, then in that way you can consider yourselves saviors of Taranathis. For now.
Despite us being exiled and hunted by them, we seem to be saving their asses quite a bit. But yes.
Yeah, it seems mostly the council that has problems with us, but yeah. That's okay, we have problems with them too.
Yes, I am very curious. The three of us are very curious. What has set you opposed to Taranathis and the Bastion Council? And at this point,
they attacked
you
us.
could just tell me what level of like detail do you want to give? Do you want to be like
all of it and less stop?
Immediately
okay.
stop.
Okay.
Well, it all started with this girl named Seraphine.
Yep. Yes. I think. I mean, Goldleaf would agree to some extent of information being shared with them. Probably stop at the point of where, I mean, Sun Shadow, the Returned, us being attacked by the Ravens or whatever, or Council and whatever. I would probably say to stop in any information that is regarding the specific research notes that we have garnered so far.
Okay.
To withhold at least that information for now.
Could we assume that much as the players themselves discuss their plans on the Discord, that in the many days of travel, you guys worked with each other, specifically maybe Songbo, on the do's and don'ts of what to say?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
100%. Goldie would have been checking in on Songbo, like what progress he had been making so far with the notes, because he's very curious about what was happening there.
Okay, so at no point do you mention Archmage Aravan? Or do you?
We do, but probably not in depth as to what he was or how deep he was going into.
Okay, so in what way would you mention Archmage Aravan?
I mean, I think we already spelled out to the Fae that he was doing very
to the Fae, but I'm talking
experiments.
About these Minotaurs.
Well, right.
Here,
so I feel like there's not a reason to keep that back if we've already let at least one group know about it.
I would say the same level of information that we pass along to the Fae would be passed along to these guys. But we didn't dive into the notes until after we left the Fae, so that information probably don't need to specifically share. But like how Aravan was actually like experimenting on the Returned and stuff like that, and like capturing them, we would share that information.
Okay. She says, I know Aravan personally, or at least I thought I did. He was a decent man, but his frustration with Adridas and the rest of the council was driving him to more and more desperate measures. When I was asked to take my leave of absence, I sought out his support and counsel. In the end, I wound up saying goodbye to an old friend who was far gone into madness. So much so, he did not notice a few odds and ends leaving with me. She smiles a little bit, the memory of robbing her friend on the way out of town.
Do you think his madness was self-caused, or do you think it was forced upon him by something? Like, was he driven insane, or...
Knowledge is frequently a burden. It is why only the most intelligent creatures with the most powerful minds should ever pursue the arcane or occult arts.
You okay?
Hello? Am I still there?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay. Okay. She says, I think that in his desperation to find answers that the council would not give him in order to find a solution to the many problems facing the city and its future, he turned to means of an eldritch or perhaps fiendish nature. Those are the common causes of madness among mages.
Well, we have seemed to have learned that he does surround himself with fiends more often, so I guess that kind of explains that.
Do you guys mention Sun Shadow? Either of them?
I mean, I started with, well, it all starts with the girl named Seraphine before I was cut off.
That's why I'm asking. Yeah, that's why I'm asking.
Yeah, I feel like that could be yeah, like I said, with the information that we share with the Fae, I think that was also part of it was Sun Shadow, so yeah, we would share that with these three.
All right, so when you say that, Malith says, I also called Arendor a friend. He was assisting Archmage Arendor with his research, but the two could not see eye to eye on many things. Arendor was he was obsessed with the returned, whereas Erevan was obsessed with finding a way to return to Galarian. At least, that's how it was between them when I last saw them 3 years ago. Do you tell her that things have changed, or do you let her continue to think that? That Erevan sort of switched his focus to match Arendor's. Because according to her, 3 years ago, Archmage Erevan, his primary focus was trying to find a way to get everybody back home.
And he switched to the returned.
And also seeking answers that the Bastion Council would not give him.
I think Goldleaf would look at Songbow at this moment, since he was the one who was kind of digging more deeply into the research notes and have more specific details.
Oh yeah, Songbow's just looking up at you, like waiting for permission to say more.
I think he would nod his head and be like, "Go ahead."
Yeah, I start explaining everything that I've uncovered from the notes so far.
Oh damn. Okay. She says, fascinating that his focus would shift so dramatically. And then you say that Arendor Sunshadow took his findings to the council and then was forced to flee the city shortly after. And then his own daughter was targeted by assassins and the Aether God.
Yep.
That is correct.
And us by proxy for helping.
Okay.
We were
So
hired to protect Seraphine, and that's how we got looped into most of this this madness.
yeah, okay. So Irisa, I keep mispronouncing it. Irisa Duskhorn, she kind of her eyes become even brighter as she turns and looks at Malith, and then over at Kathra, and she says, "This is important." And Kathra says, "Yeah, no shit. Those sun shadows know something so important that Adridas himself probably wants to silence them. And it's all wrapped up in the return."
Well, slight correction. It'd be more Arendor who has this information. As far as we've talked with Seraphine, I mean, she doesn't have... I mean, she's a student at the academy. She doesn't have as deep knowledge into the return phenomenon, and is more concerned in trying to find her lost father.
Malus says, "Yes, I remember her being a very dedicated student, quite talented, but she had an infatuation with one of her professors that I think was distracting her from her studies. He
Which
was
professor was
a brilliant lecturer. Whenever he spoke, his students hung on every word. He was a man destined for greatness, though he harbored a great secret. His brother had gone missing, and the longer no news came of his whereabouts, the heavier the burden he carried seemed to grow. I often wonder what happened to my old colleague.
As she says that, the camera cuts over to the three of them, this helicopter in front of this heart.
Look, if I push in the tip, it looks more real than is.
Maleo is just like clapping like a rhythm, and she's like singing like a low song to kind of keep you guys going, and you guys are unaware that you are trapped in her harpy song.
I am aware.
Okay. Meanwhile, Puck, and Cassid, and you continue, and then you're just sweating. You guys are just fucking sweating. There's been a lot of dancing going on over there. You could be causing some ligament damage at this point, because it's been over 10 minutes. It's been over 10, maybe 20 at this point. It's hard to tell.
Hang on, I got something for this. Give me a minute. I call the numbing toxin or tonic.
Incredible.
I can't feel it.
All right. In that case, you outlast the other two. Maleo, so impressed with your delicious man flesh and your constitution, she does attempt to pounce on you for the purposes of mating and cannibalism.
Perfect.
All right. Well,
tell my children I died doing what I love.
Okay.
Just by chance, what is the name of your colleague?
Yes, I wonder what happened to my old friend and colleague, Isaac Edwards.
That's crazy. We know somebody with that same name. I don't think they're the same person, though.
I mean, Isaac is a pretty common name among the Telden humans. And Edwards is a pretty common surname. Still,
the one that I know, he's an alchemist. He's got glasses on, like a little beard thing going.
Arisa says, "Oh, is that him being eaten by our harpy?" And Malith, for the first time, the stoicism, right? The fucking high elf Galadriel shit just drops. And she says, "What? No! No!" As she rushes over and she shouts, "Meleo, no! No! We do not eat people! We do no!" Isaac, I mean, it's good. I mean, you're so close to death right now. You're so close. She stops. A chunk of your shoulder, in her mouth, torn free from your body. Here, I'll set you at like 10 HP. There you go.
If this is how I go, it was meant to be.
Okay. She can't help herself. She swallows down the meat, and she says, through a bloodied mouth, "Yes, mistress." And Mela says, "Where are your clothes? What are you doing?" And she says, "He enticed me with a sexual act, a mating dance." And she says, "Meleo, in order to master the arcane arts, you must have discipline over your savage nature. You can't... Wait, is that Isaac?"
Yeah.
What has happened to him?
It's a long story. We're still kind of piecing it together.
I mean, I think it's basically what you said, and then after that, demons and drugs.
Arisa steps forward and says, "I would ask for 10-minute recess in our political discussions."
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go look at Isaac.
Okay. So they blow the timeout whistle.
Longbow.
Kalos, under the
Longbow.
pretense of checking on his friend, he starts heading out.
Where do you think you're going, Kalos?
He stops. He turns slowly. I was checking on Isaac.
Kalos, you can go if you want to. That's fine.
He looks to the captain. He sees the captain's AFK. He nods. He starts heading out.
Just let us know where you're going.
Yes, Isaac.
I'm not gonna make it.
No, I think you're gonna be fine.
I need you.
As you guys approach, Maleo unmounts Isaac. She does a really gross, like hunched over, like.
Wait, I have the juggernaut mutant.
She spits out the chunk of meat that she swallowed, and she just kind of pats it back into place on his shoulder, and then she flies up and away.
No.
Thank you for giving that part of my boyfriend back.
Cloudhoof, while this is going on,
here
do you go?
Yeah.
Soothe.
Yeah.
Are you just chilling here? Or...
I am, of course, shaking my head, and
you have definitely caught the eye of Kathra. Kathra approaches you during the recess, and she says, "Non-politically, you are the child of the Sylph and Cloudspire."
Yes.
Never has there been a more beautiful Minotaur than your mother. It is a crime that Jathum prince wooed her and then left her. Were it within my power, I would journey to the city of Armun Kalara and slay him to defend her honor.
Well, eventually our path will lead there. I'll be sure to...
You have high ambitions, child.
No, unfortunately, we know that is where. And last we heard, that was where Sun Strider is being taken.
So you know the whereabouts of Sun Shadow, but you are looking for stonemasons instead of answers.
We're trying to build ourselves up so we can go there. We dare not go to that city unprepared.
She lets out a cruel laugh. She says, no amount of stones and fortresses and buildings will help you against Amun Kalara. Have you not heard of the city's splendor? 5 times the size of Taranathis. A city of magical splendor and wonders.
True. But going in unprepared would be very unwise. We might find relics in this land that might better prepare us. Make us tougher, stronger, better.
Understand seeking strength through experience. And she nods at you for that. And she says, but do not mistake personal strength with material wealth.
No.
The Jathum live in a system of barter. They will only want curiosities, promises, secrets. In many ways, they are like the Fae. Tricksy and unpredictable.
And Cloud have let out a grin. Well, if we get all the people we want out of Taranathis, maybe we can offer them the city.
She looks at you, and she says,
He says this half joking, you know.
Yeah. She's kind of appraising you. She's kind of appraising you. Like, what level of radicalized is this kid at? She says, I would prefer the city plummet from the sky. But to know that those human and elven scum and all who gather to lick their anuses are subjected to an eternity of slavery and toil under Jathum masters has its appeal. But the problem there, child, is it's fine when they come for our enemies, when they come for our enemies' supporters, but they will not stop there. The Jathum will come for all eventually. Our plan is not only to destroy Taranathis, but to return to Galarian in the process. And she gives you a look like, I bet you're intrigued now. I bet you want to find out what that shit's about. Guess you'll have to find out though, because I'm gonna tell you. Yeah, it was that kind of vibes when she delivered it to you.
Yeah. The only remark will be ambitious.
Erisa approaches you, Goldleaf, and says, you there returned. Your spirit is human?
Yes. Goldleaf was distracted when he overheard part of that conversation between Cloudhoof and Kelthra, but snaps back when Erisa addresses him. Yes, I was human in my previous life.
I can see your soul. It is too large for your body. She looks past you to Vetch and Bree, kind of sitting on the stairs. Bree is emptying her cheek pouches and sharing some cheese with Vetch. And she says,
They were just sitting on the stairs watching in lurid curiosity as the breathing ritual took place.
"Oh my god!" And she says, "You have many returned amongst your numbers. How sad. It seems lost souls find their way towards each other."
That is true. That is also one of the reasons why we named our ship, our place of residence, the Sky Haven, a place where, well, not just returned, but souls of all manner can gather without prejudice.
Including my son.
Especially your son. He is a passionate one. And he has quite a bit of potential, though he may not realize it himself. I think his confidence holds him back, or lack of confidence holds him back, but given the right motivation, I feel like he would be able to excel. And I guess he kind of hears Jay kind of coming up the stairs and just kind of looks at her for a brief moment before returning back to Arissa.
Excuse me. Sorry,
Oh,
Mr.
of course.
We are not done. We aren't done yet.
Oh, god damn it.
I made that juggernaut person, and I'm gonna use it.
She looks away from you. It's easier to pretend you don't exist than trying to resist the temptations of the flesh.
Isaac, what you do with your body is your own business, but try not to do it over this very important druidic site.
Malith moves in between you guys and says, I would ask that you leave my apprentice in peace, old friend.
You're very familiar.
The the golden minotaur with perpetually burning horns, dressed like a high-class wizard.
Yep.
She pauses for a moment because I don't think in her life anyone has said, "You look familiar." You know, it's kind of an iconic look. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah. And she says, "What has happened to you, friend?"
You keep calling me friend. I'm not sure if we know each other.
Isaac, are you suffering from amnesia?
No. It's probably brain damage, though.
We co-taught a class about the volatility of fire-based alchemical components.
That's why you're on fire. Did I mess that up? Did I...
No, this is... She leans in. This is a cosmetic spell. It looks...
Makes sense.
Yeah, it looks cool.
It does look very good.
Yeah.
I'll give you...
Okay, Let me see you. She tries to grab you by the chin.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. She looks into your eyes. She kind of squeezes so you open your mouth.
Mm-hmm.
How many drugs are you on right now?
I take an addiction suppressant daily. It's like a cocktail of several, really. But it keeps me at a
Isaac,
good baseline.
you had such a bright and beautiful mind. Your career was enviable. You were being groomed for a seat on the Council of Mages. There was talk that someday you might even sit on the Bastion Council. And after 3 years, the first thing I see is you allowing yourself to be ravaged, savaged, and devoured alive by a harpy.
But it's a very cute harpy.
She's very cute, it's true.
Yeah,
Yes. Exceptional amongst her kind. It doesn't change anything. You deserve better than you're giving yourself.
It is a very nice word that you were saying to me. I very much appreciate them. I'm not a big fan of the structure that I was being groomed into. The word groom probably should be like the indicator word here. That it wasn't necessarily a good thing.
Yes, that's true, it's true. My status as a perpetual outsider perhaps made me a bit envious of your easy path as a human man. But you were just as much a prisoner as the rest of us, to the iron will of the council.
Yeah, I mean, they're a bunch of assholes. You make one misstep, you summon the demon succubus into the lab, you start a long-term relationship, slash, sex cult with everyone who's willing to join. And then...
Oh no, please tell me you didn't take advantage of that sun shadow girl who looked up to you so much.
Who?
She says, I guess you didn't. Wait, aren't you with this group? That's escorting the sun shadow girl?
Ah, you're talking about the mean, big-boobied lady. No, she was never a student of mine. She would have been far more equipped.
Isaac, she was one of your students.
Damn.
Damn.
Oof, too fucking funny.
So, well...
I don't know if... I don't even know if a restoration spell could restore the damage you've done to your mind. This is terrible.
My mind is... Look, my mind is stark. It has never been.
No.
I am constantly evolving and creating new alchemical formulas. Many with a variety of different uses. Like, look at this. This is one that I've made that makes you faster.
Oh, I thought you were going to tell her about the Juggernaut one that she's been trying to ignore, as you got this raging boner through your robe during this entire conversation.
The real secret is to mix them, right?
God damn.
He says, Isaac, you might not remember, but we were fast friends.
Isn't that a spell?
I am here for you if you need help.
Well,
also, stay away from my apprentice. I officially forbid the two of you to ever be within 10 feet of each other.
Damn it! That's the only place I want to be right now.
I'm sure.
It's probably the Juggernaut person talking, if I'm being honest.
Yes, well, waddle your way back over to your group, and we will resume our discussion. Go on. Go on.
Goldleaf's just gonna lean around Arissa and be like, he's a work in progress.
I'll be honest. I feel like I feel very shamed.
I want to whisper on the winds, Malith.
Okay.
And I want to say, listen. So those things you were just saying to my boyfriend, I thought he was sort of just always like this. I didn't realize that there was a pre-current Isaac. If like you would like me to do anything,
She whispers
like to
back
nudge
to you and
in the right
says,
direction.
she says, "Oh, you're his boyfriend."
No, I'm his boyfriend.
Oh, I understand now. Okay. You are not the demon that he summoned to create his sex cult with?
No. That was Violet. We met her.
You met the demon is still here in the elemental plane of air.
Yeah. Her contract was taken over by that bad mage guy that did the shitty research.
Oh.
Look.
Well, hold on. This is all whispered on the wind. It's like Songbow's texting her right in front of her.
Oh, I know. I was going to tell Songbow. She dares to say that I'm not as brilliant as I used to be. Look at this. I made this potion of bendy arm mutagen.
Wait, does that actually let you have like a bendy arm?
It does, yes. For 10 minutes. 10.
That's pretty amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Kael'thra says,
Wait, could you use that in the same way that you use the Juggernaut potion?
You can, yes.
The tracking of time in the settlement says that we will be feasting soon. We must finish these talks before then.
We'll have to experiment more with that later, maybe. Isaac. Let's resume.
I will seize control of this conversation.
You're very scary.
Appreciate the kind words.
You see, why can't you be nice like this?
You there, Captain. You speak, and I speak. What do you want? Speak it loud and clear and plain. Maybe? A little bit? Hello?
I want to be friends.
Jade, are you there?
Yeah, I'm just formulating in my brain.
Oh, okay. I mean, is a 11-foot tall beast woman like shouting at you, like not setting you up for clear thought? Like, come on.
Oh, I mean, shaking in her whittle boots. Jade is gonna look up at her, and meet her stare, with an equal, like just meet it equally. She's not gonna back down. Like she said at the beginning of the session, she's very competitive. She ain't gonna back down. So she's gonna look
right
up
in front of your boy. Well, not your boyfriend. Mom.
He's my
you know what I mean?
boyfriend.
Yeah, and that's his
My
mom.
boyfriend.
So you definitely don't want to look weak now.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Jade's gonna look up, and say, "We would like to move forward as allies. Whatever that shall mean to you in this current moment, we will take it."
She looks to the other two. The other two nod at her, and she says, "Allies, with the terms set by us, is very generous. We accept." heard you say to the girl. She motions like offhandedly at Mileo, who has put her clothes back on and looks very embarrassed and admonished. That you were privateers. The loudmouth, bear said that you were secretly just pirates and not, privateers, but you are looking to be privateers, and you need someone to serve. You also mentioned that you had your own settlements, that you were looking for craftsmen and people.
We are. And it would also seem that you need space to expand.
She nods. She says, we three have great magic, thanks to our Coven Pact. Power enough, perhaps, to move your island to ours, or our island to yours. Though it will take time.
I imagine a
If
feat
our
such as moving both
efforts,
islands together would take a while.
if our efforts are spent on that and on protecting this village, we cannot perform the many duties and investigation we would like out in the elemental plane of air. But you have ships, and you are well-traveled and connected. Why not leave the duties of tending the hearth fires to us, while you travel abroad for the benefit of all?
Jade's gonna look around to the rest of the crew, and just kind of eye everybody and make sure that this is what everybody wants before she answers in the affirmative.
I think Gold Leaf will try to whisper to Jade, for this to be very much a partnership between our groups and not a master and command kind of situation.
Jade's gonna hear your whisper and nod back at you. Jade's gonna look up at Kael'thra and say, whatever path we decide to take working together, this will be a partnership. Neither group will lord over the other.
Of course. We have power enough as it is. The efforts here do not provide us what we seek or need for vengeance against Taranathis or a return to Galarian. They are fueled by compassion and altruism. Yet, I will admit, the three of us do not have the same amount of freedom to travel as you and your crew. We have never been able to attain our own ship for very long. And in order for our magics to be at their height, we must remain close. We cannot be in 3 places at once, or even 2. Yet there are many places we need to go. Many secrets we are trying to uncover. If you would be our eyes and ears, our blades and spells out in the world, we will be the guardians of those you care about. We will be the shield that defends the place you call home.
Well, that does sound very agreeable to me.
Captain, if I may,
Of course.
you might want to consider the Fae as another possible way to move their island. They share your lack of love for Taranathis, and their nature magics would seem to tie very closely to yours.
Maleth looks to you, Cloudhoof, and says, what you say is very kind and very true, but their distance from us would make such a thing impossible. The Skyflume ruins are close enough to our Sky Island that it would be possible to bring the 2 land masses together. They also benefit from similar planar features, dense clouds, clinging fog, and so on. And they are both concealed from Taranathis by those features, and for us, by our magics. The Driftwood Grove is simply too far away, and has the city of Taranathis between us and them. It is unfortunate, but they are on their own. However, if the Fae could find a way to us without being detected, we would find a place for them here. This is a place of power, infused with ancient druidic magic, thousands of years old.
If they had
It would provide us a life-sustaining effect that would simulate what they have in the grove. But they must leave the land behind.
I've been considering whether it would be possible to sort of help these Sky Islands move around. I think that if we were able to move if you guys were able to move our island to yours with magic, we could eventually try to sort of use some physical and magical processes to move their island at least to where the Hydro Forge is now. It might take a lot of research and a lot of time, but at least then it would be nice to have a close physical relationship as well as a sort of political one. The more we stand together against Taranathis, the more likely we are to be able to continue standing.
I mean, she looks at you and she says, well, bringing the Driftwood Grove to here is beyond our capabilities. If you are able to find a way, then we would not stop you, as long as it didn't reveal our location to the city.
I'm sure between the 3 of us, we'll all be able to we'll be able to figure something out.
Do you have a library?
The three of you. Which 3
No, like collectively, the 3 of us groups.
The Fae, the Minotaurs, and us. That's what he means. The 3 of us.
She kind of makes a face like, Erisa says, certainly. Let us know how that turns out for you.
If, do you have a library that we could use? But perhaps we could do some research and try to find something, some way for us to do.
Malus says, I took a small collection of books before leaving the city. Certainly enough to count as a library. But it would not contain new information that I don't already have. I have heard rumors that the Jathum city has some of the greatest libraries in the multiverse. And there are rumors of a special library within
Port Eclipse?
the Port Eclipse, yes.
Yes, we have been there. We actually have been meaning to return.
You've been to that library?
No, we've been to Port Eclipse. However, one of our
You're
companions...
talking about the spider library, right?
Yes.
Yes.
But one of our companions who's actually back at the Hydra Forge right now... Skull Bros is out there. One of our companions who's at the Hydra Forge right now has an intention to visit that library. So we do hope to go there at some point soon. I feel like that would be a much easier place to get into than trying to get into Amon Clara. But yes, the fruits of any research that we do come across, we would be more than happy to share with you.
I can provide you with a communications device that will allow you to report in to us and us to report in to you.
That would be most gracious, thank you.
You are welcome to stay here and rest, even after the great feast has ended. The feast is a tradition of Stoneheart. It is a way to show the community that we trust you and that you are worthy of being honored. When she says that, her eyes narrow as she looks at Isaac. I hope that you can maintain the behavior of individuals deserving of such honors.
Yes. We should ensure that we maintain those behaviors. Isn't that right, Songbo?
Yeah, I suppose. Listen, it's a really nice gesture, but like you don't have to. If resources are tight, you don't have to use them on us.
To refuse this ancient ritual would be an insult to our community.
That's not what I'm trying to do. I'm just letting you know that, like, if you want to do like the bare minimum to make it count, so that your ritual is appeased, but you don't like use any resources.
Kathra says, "You insult us, small one. We have already made the offer of hospitality, and we will see it through."
I'm just trying to be practical. I'm sorry.
Your practicality spits in the face of tradition. And I mean, honestly, doesn't practicality spit in the face?
Isaac whispers. Songbo whispers on the wind, Isaac, and he's like, "These fucking people! Oh my god!"
I'm telling you, they're such downers. They're really crushing my buzz.
We accept your generosity. While I do understand where Songbo is coming from, maybe with this partnership between us and Stoneheart, we'll be able to start securing more supplies. I think that was the only concern that he had.
Okay. Malith says, I ask of you then, by the rule of 3 that binds all things in the multiverse, what are the 3 things you need accomplished first, before all else? Captain?
Are you like asking for what we as?
I mean, yeah, she's asking the captain, what are the 3 things that the natural ones feel they need to do first before all other things?
Hey team, what are the 3 things that we need to do first before all the other things?
Get back to the
Karthra lets out a cruel laugh and says, "Do you need a hero, Huddle?" That's fine. I was going
sure.
to smoke I'll smoke my pipe. That's good. All right, they move away so that you can have your hero huddle. You see Maleo trying to explain herself to Malith. Malith shaking her head, disappointment, but offering soothing words to Maleo.
I mean,
Maleo occasionally looks over at you, Isaac, like, you got me in trouble, but I'd do it again.
I look longingly back. I do one of those little heart hands at her.
Oh man! All right. As you do, you feel someone on your shoulder tip his invisible fedora.
I knock him off of my shoulder.
All right. What's your hero huddle, y'all? What are the 3 things that you're telling your new alliance? What are the 3 most important things?
So I put 10 gold on Violet.
they want to support you guys. I will say meta. I don't know how much longer Larry wants to be a cockroach. I'm gonna throw that out.
That also aligns with one of my goals.
Well, Larry is here, so I mean, Larry, pipe up. Like if you've got needs, bro.
Some Stone Rod would be kind of. I miss Lawrence. I do.
Okay.
I missed Lawrence's voice. It was so much fun.
Yeah, so I think fixing Lawrence, or actually just finding a cure to the gargoyle plague in general, is one thing. I think, like, meta, we need to, like, upgrade our gear.
Yeah. Well, specifically our ship. Like, we need to get something that is capable of approaching the Jathum city. Like, we need to be prepared for that.
Yeah, I mean, so I don't know if upgrading our ship counts as a separate thing than also just upgrading our gear, but both of those need done.
I mean,
currently the only place that you could get supplies and upgrade your ship without being arrested would be Port Eclipse.
Yeah.
Now you could try to do everything yourselves at your base. It will take a lot of time. It will still take money. And you will only be able to purchase and build things equal to your level.
I mean, all we got to do is rest, and that's 6.
Mm-hmm.
True.
I'm just saying, Port Eclipse is a high-level city, so like you could get whatever you need there.
I mean, right, but I don't think we could afford whatever.
Well, that's
we
the
have
other
a
thing
ton
is,
right now. We have a ton of money
you do have a windfall with the cold iron.
True. I don't know what's really.
Don't we need to go to the library in Port Eclipse?
Your best leads for Loritz. Your best 3 leads for Loritz are, the Dombeek Raiders, the Stone Ranch, and the elemental reaction the paralemental ooze mixing with the stone.
I mean, there's also the island that him and the old captain were looking for.
I would like to go after the dog.
That one is guarded by a dragon, so I mean,
easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, like long term, I would definitely like to go after the Dawnbreed Raiders, but I don't think that's necessarily like a current
priority
pressing goal. Yeah.
Well, I think if we're looking to help Laritz, I think that's probably a good start.
But that's true. Yeah. That's sort of two birds, one stone. Is
exactly
our Dawnbreed Raiders lead, and that's also something that the Minotaurs themselves probably want, since they were the ones responsible for the kidnapping.
They're going to have supplies and equipment. Either get ourselves out or get out the ship more.
Yeah, that's true. So probably dealing with the Dawnbreed Raiders.
That is an option. Yeah, instead of buying stuff for your ship, you just
take
it. Poach it off of the other the rival fleet.
That's true, and I bet I could steal a library's worth of books from them also, and maybe some crafting materials. So yeah, probably.
I mean, you have a ton of information about them too, and you have a general idea of where their headquarters are.
Okay, I wonder if we could ambush the frost giant captain or whatever that I used to serve with, and then smuggle ourselves in his cryo tubes.
I mean, it'd be pretty dope.
Another jailbreak?
Well, this is more a Trojan horse, right? It's more
Trojan horse. Yeah.
So I think the best way to
the threat of the Dawnbreed Raiders is probably one of the top priorities that would help us with basically all of our other priorities.
Or you return to the Hydra Forge. You get the peeps that you want for a while. You go to Port Eclipse. You offload your cold iron. You use that money to pimp what you got. Use what you got pimped to track down a ship from the Dawnbreed Raiders, and then you use that to Trojan horse your way into their headquarters.
Honestly, we probably also need to point the vampires somewhere before that blows up in our face.
I mean, from what you understand, vampires are further away than Armun Kalara.
No, our vampires.
Oh, your vampires. Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about the vampire city.
No.
I
mean, we might already. No, I think they're just eating all of our goats.
You left them to take care of the repairs on the island. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, we probably need to send them somewhere. So I think maybe top 3 priorities are Port Eclipse to gear up what we've got, and then Dawnbreed Raiders infiltration / heist, and then figure out what the fuck to do with our vampires.
Well, isn't Laritz our top concern though?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Laritz.
He's first.
I feel like that. Yeah.
I thought that would be that's like
all right, so the easiest thing for Laritz would be to take your knowledge of the ooze stuff that you've researched, find the library in Port Eclipse, and see if you could figure out a cure on your own.
Yeah.
Or it's only, I think, 2 hexes perceived north of Port Eclipse. You go to the Stone Ranch. This lady's apparently the most powerful stone shaper of all time, and you see if she could do something for you.
See, then we're just going to be in somebody else's debt or have to do something that for I think
that's TTRPGs, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think maybe trying to solve it while we're at Port Eclipse to get the ship geared up.
If we don't find anything,
if we don't, then we can go. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not in a super rush. Like, we don't need to rush to do this recklessly.
Yeah, but I mean, if they could stack two things, if they're going to get supplies and shit and outfit the ship anyways, and they know there's a magical library there, I mean,
perfect.
So,
okay.
We should probably take care.
That's all collectively under a trip to Port Eclipse, something that we need to take care of.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
trip to
one
Port
of the
Eclipse.
3 things is traveling to Port Eclipse after swinging by the Hydra Forge, or are you going to let them keep being,
Well, it depends on how long them moving the Hydra Forge here would take. Although we should probably warn people about that before we just tell them to do it.
Okay, so
like
you
we
would
need
need to swing by. Okay, so you're gonna
Yeah.
swing by and then head to Port Eclipse. I still feel like that's one item. All right, what's the other?
Okay.
What are your other 2 primary objectives then?
Don't be creators.
Oh shit. Okay. Yeah.
I would agree.
Okay.
That's a huge one. It's
It is.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I mean, like
Okay.
it's. I feel like
Now,
it's a pretty.
when you say zombie graders, are you trying to wipe them out? Are you trying to find a middle ground?
Middle ground,
It
if
would-
possible. Wipe them out if they decide to attack us. I feel like would be the best situation.
I agree with that.
I feel like we
Port
had-
Eclipse doesn't like the Dawnbreak Raiders either, right? Like the current
Correct.
leadership. Maybe there's some sort of deal we could work out while we're at Port Eclipse to be like, hey, we have a little bit of insider knowledge about the Dawnbreak Raiders. We will help you take them down in exchange for some of the spoils.
I mean, that's a triple play right there. Yeah.
I mean, that's
a triple play.
That's a possibility.
Yeah.
If
I mean, Port Eclipse right now is on the cusp of civil war. You know what I mean? Like, it's a real bad situation over there with perceived resource control and rival factions and political undermining.
And then we found out a lot of that was inflamed by the Dawnbeak Raiders, right?
Correct. Yep. They are keeping Port Eclipse essentially infighting with itself.
Yeah, so I think that's sort of a strong way to get extra support against the Dawnbeak Raiders, because obviously I don't think we can take them on just ourselves right now.
not
At level
our current strength, no.
level 6. So
Okay.
I think that's a potentially good way to sort of
All right,
be
so
able to
this
do that
still
earlier
sounds
than
like
we'd
it's
be
just
able
Port
to
Eclipse.
otherwise.
I guess overarching then, your goals are to take down or align with the Dawnbeak Raiders. It is to cure your friend and bolster your strength. The third one would be rescuing Sunshadow from Armun Kalara.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to do that, but I feel like that's so fucking difficult.
I feel like that's worse than the Dawnbeak Raider situation.
Yeah, agreed. Especially with what we know about the Jathum having seen them on their little training ship, and that was just like.
Well, you would just have to approach Armun Kalara like adventurers going to hell. You know what I mean? Like, you can't fight everything. You've got to approach it in a very like choose your battles, keep your keep your head down.
We have any strength or reputation enough to where they wouldn't just immediately enslave us.
I feel
That's
like
true.
It's more.
There's no reason for them not to do that.
I feel like it had to be more reputation, because a straight up fight, I don't think it would go in our favor, especially if these fuckers are always invisible.
The door.
Right.
The way that they were described, the strength itself lends to the reputation. So, like, it's sort of one and the same. Like, we want to build up a reputation, but then any, like, strength we have also lends more credence to that with them.
Right.
Is what it sounds like.
Also, something interesting was said. That they only deal in trades.
Correct.
And oddities.
Yeah.
So, in our travels, if we can come across
something
that
we could trade
enough
for Sunshadow.
It's just something to consider.
Yeah,
That's a good idea.
What if we had like a half Jathum, half Minotaur that we could trade for something? No, just kidding.
I mean,
that's
that could get you to the negotiation table.
There's some hinting around that Dad might be someone important. I don't know.
Yeah, that's why Goldleaf was listening into our conversation when he heard that part. He was about to ask you about it, and then...
So you do know that there are a lot of princes and princesses. It's a very common title because you're either slave caste or you're noble caste. And if you're noble caste, then you have some kind of title. So... like, is he the prince's son or a prince's son?
Yeah, that's what Goldleaf was trying to...
But that could get us a way in.
Yeah, honestly, before we go to Amonkhalor, we're gonna have to talk to your mom about your dad at some point.
Yeah. But as far as our three, I think we got our three. It's...
Yeah, Port Eclipse,
Stonebeak Raiders, Amonkhalor, and the Jathum.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if we make Amonkhalor our third thing.
Or maybe our third priority is getting...
the third one is
fully
Sun Shadow, but that takes us to Amonkhalor, so we have to deal with them.
Well, before we do that, we might want to sort of like formalize this alliance with the Fae also.
Establish our base.
We could just full Breath of the Wild this and go everywhere else until we go to Amonkhalor.
That's a lot of places. Okay, if you inform
this level, there's still 2 other fucking skies
Yeah.
to look at.
So if you inform them that those are your 3 goals, they will nod sagely and say that those are fine goals, and that there are many opportunities for you to assist them with their work while pursuing your own goals. Access to the library in Port Eclipse. If you're going past the Stone Ranch, they have things that they want from there. Essentially, they have things that they want to do, but because the 3 of them are sort of bound together now, and at least one of them is like, we have to take care of our people. They're kind of stuck here. It was kind of the vibe that you got talking to them. Is like, they're powerful enough that they could be out and about trying to do this shit, but they are worried about the people that they have taken under their care. So it's frustrating. It's frustrating for them, because they definitely have things that they want to get done. If you countered with the rule of 3 that they should tell you the 3 things that they want, they will be very clear to you that they want to protect the people under their charge. They want to see the city of Taranathis destroyed. And they want to return as many of their people and allies as possible to Galarian. So those are some big goals. One of them's not that big, but the other 2 are pretty fucking big.
So does this mean if I ever go back to Galarian, if somebody banishes me, I get stuck back in this plane? I was born here?
If they succeed at holding the concentration or whatever, yeah. That's hey man, Sibo just banished himself back to his home plane and completed his Lost One objective. This happens when you just read the card, Magic the Gathering. Just read the card. But yeah, they are they're in a chord if you guys are. I will say that vibes wise, it is hard to tell if these are the good guys. They definitely are revered and feared by the people that they have sworn to protect, but I think a lot of leaders are. And they do not say like, oh, we're gonna teach, Taranathis a lesson. They're like, no, we're gonna destroy it. destroy it.
Yeah.
Like that's yeah. They are not hiding that from you. That they seek the destruction. And the general, vibe, especially if you have Taranathis lore, is, I mean, their ancient city, thousands of years old, was destroyed by the Taranathis transposition. Like they lost everything. They lost their homeland. They lost their culture. They became refugees in an alien world, with second-class citizen status from their once neighbors and allies. I mean, it's a bad situation. And they're like, you get what you get. You know what I'm saying? They very much have the vibe of like eye for an eye.
You know what would be funnier is if we sent the Minotaurs back, but we didn't send Taranathis back.
Well, I mean, Taranathis won't be there. Like they just want to destroy Taranathis, like obliterate it.
I think we could sell them on cutting the chain between Taranathis and the Stone Ward, and it's sending all of the Minotaurs from the Stone Ward and this island, like untranslocating them, and it'd just be like Taranathis can just suffer in the airplane forever. Like I think we could spin it that way once we get enough influence with them.
I think you're gonna have a hard time transporting that back.
Oh yeah, I'm not
like, that's gonna be the real problem.
I'm saying other people are researching this, so it's probably possible. But
if in 30 perceived years, the most powerful mages of Golarion, by many accounts, have not been able to figure this out, it is either because they are sabotaging each other, or it's very difficult, or both.
I mean, my guess would be that it's because they're not from here. Like, I think that if they're gonna solve this, they're gonna need like Jathum to help.
Well, right. In that case, I mean, a lot of people would assume that the answer would just lie with the Jathum.
Yeah.
But people are afraid to interact with them because they're so unpredictable, and they're also horny for slavery.
You would assume that if you could teleport a city to another plane of existence.
If you could teleport a city once, can't you do it
why
twice?
can't you just do it twice? Yeah.
I mean, that sounds like a campaign secret to unlock.
But the question there is, like, if you do it again, do you send it back home, or it's like the plane of elemental air is like, it's a better pick than being like,
Remember, the city was transposed because it was under attack from an unknown enemy.
Oh, yeah. I was thinking that they were going to be like, we don't want to be in the land of fire.
The government never revealed who the enemy was. So that's all been speculation. A lot of people just think it's, Nex or something. Like the nation of wizards.
Wizards, makes sense.
Yeah.
On the topic of destroying Taranathis, Goldleaf would voice opposition to that.
I mean, I don't think any of us are advocating for that, but I also don't think that we have enough influence to immediately at the gate be like, let's not do that. Like, I think let's not do that is something we built to.
Do you voice your objection to their goals now? Because that would definitely delay their agreement.
No.
Goldleaf does.
Oh, wow. All right.
I'm with Goldleaf.
Then we will have to pick it up next week because we're already past time.
Why? Why?
Because we don't want to. We can't stay up all night playing Pathfinder.
No. I mean, why would you oppose it now? We need to rest, people. We can't even get to level 6 unless we're resting.
They don't want to enter into this agreement under false pretenses.
You're gonna theme me for a small hobby that I have.
Wait, what's your hobby?
All right. But you're willing to destroy an entire town filled with innocent people.
Oh, okay. I thought your hobby was Taranathis. I was like...
No. Well, I mean, I do have Taranathis lore, so kind of.
Incredible. All right. You guys can discuss it all week. So that's fine. And we'll pick it up then. Yeah. Congrats. This is one of the bigger factions in the game you possibly are aligning with.
I don't know. We seem to be putting our foots in our mouths.
Well, you guys can sort it out this week.
I mean, when they start talking about unilateral slaughter of a whole city, I think there's a little bit of a pause that needs to be put there.
It's their goal. It's not our goal.
Right. Well, they're
assuming that their goal is going to be our goal. That's the thing.
That is what diplomacy. That's what diplomacy checks are for. So we can iron out those details next session.
We're gonna have to counter with anti-Taranathis council specifically, I believe.
Yeah.
Have you seen this angry woman? She looked for any excuse to punch us in the face, and you want to give it to her.
I like her.
Yeah, I'm just gonna stand behind Cloudhoof when I talk. Easy.
Everyone will just be in Cloudhoof's afro. His afro will just have several different small goices coming out from it.
All
right.
Ground.
Man, a coven of Minotaur witches. Good shit. Good shit. I feel like that maybe hasn't been done before. There's probably a Dragonlance novel that did it, though. There's no original ideas left. All right. So you guys will figure it out. And I'm just happy that you guys realigned with what you need to do, which is save your friend, get some supplies, and get stronger. I mean, that's pretty much what it came down to. So, sounds good to me. All right, quick announcements. I know it's already pretty late. I got prep stream I've been doing on Saturday mornings. So if you just want to hang out on Saturday morning, it's non-spoiler stuff. It's just general Foundry and VTT prep and stuff like that. And then my other two games, Stolen Fate and Seven Dooms for Sandpoint, continue on Mondays and Tuesdays. There's a lot of games being run on our server. People are starting to run some Starfinder on the server. We did have to switch the server back to invite only. We're just getting so many bots and scammers in there. So we had to make it a gated community again. So the only way to get on is through invitation or joining the Patreon. And then what else? Oh yeah, we've got DirtCon coming up the first weekend of May, and looking real far into the future. Oh wait, we got the watch party for Lotus War on the 28th. So that's like next weekend? No, 2 weekends from now? It is next weekend, right? Yeah, it's like next
weekend.
Pretty excited for that one. It's one of my favorite D&D media things to consume, so I'm very excited. A lot of people haven't seen it before, so it's gonna be pretty fun. And then in November, we've got Extra Life 2026, and I have been in the meth lab cooking up some shit for this. It's gonna be good stuff. But the general premise is, we will have 5 incredible players, and all 5 of them will be the same character, Rebecca, younger sister of Tiamat. And she has been given a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to clean up her life, level up her shit, and show her sister who's the real bad bitch hell dragon. So yeah, I think it was pretty fucking good. It was pretty fucking good. The premise is it's basically a reality TV show starring Rebecca, leveling up in the Caves of Chaos, season after season, until the series finale where she confronts her sister to show her what a bad bitch she's become. So I'm pretty excited about it. We're also getting rid of all of the audience hate mechanics. People will only be able to donate to make things more fun. I will not spend 3 hours watching people get murdered over and over again. I'm never gonna do that again. It was a hard. I haven't gone to war. Okay, I've lived a soft life. I haven't gone to war, but I felt pretty bad watching some volunteers get murdered for 3 hours straight. Murdered so hard that they would have rather done Caden X puzzle stuff. If that's how bad it was getting. They were begging for Cadex puzzle challenges because it meant not getting killed by the audience. I don't want that to happen again. So it's gonna be a slightly different extra life this year. I'll try our best.
Oh,
All right,
man,
anybody have any other?
I just cut the camera on that scene and I took a nap.
Yeah, bro. It
It went on for
was
at least half an hour. So
To be fair,
no, it
they
was
do raise a lot of money.
I was
that was just
watching
one.
the
That was just
clock.
one instance of that happening. Was a half an
Oh
hour
yeah,
of just
yeah.
explosions.
The
Yeah, no, I just put the camera on that scene and just took a nap.
the longest streak was 3 hours long. It was 3 straight hours. Like I was there. Okay, like. So anyways, anybody else have any other announcements before we adjourn?
I won't be here on the 5th of March.
How dare you?
I'm going to be in Kentucky for a trade show.
Okay. What do they trade in Kentucky? Chicken?
It's the Gamma Expo.
Oh, okay. Now I'm a little jealous. That's fine. Okay. All right. I hope you have a great time. We'll shoulder on without you, I guess. All right. Everybody get some sleep. Have a great weekend.
Good night.
We will continue this next week. All right.
Good night, everybody.
Thanks for running.
Good night.